I think one day I'm going to end up putting my finger right through there, which is going to be a sad day for me. But
hopefully you'll be able to get it back out.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
I don't want to be there when that happens.
Well, it appears to have history, so
absolutely,
it looks good. Now, we're talking about your acoustic guitar. Your first two releases, the Dirt Tracks album, and then also the Rough EP, were all acoustic. But you've approached Roll a Double a little differently, haven't you? What's different about this one?
Well, we've
Katie?
always wanted to have a full band, so even back when we first started to get to write together, it was always a full band thing, but drummers and bass players proved too difficult for us to handle and keep on the road, so just whatever way it turned, every time we played acoustically together, it just seemed to work out. But for this particular, for Roll a Double, back home in Dublin, we were able to get some really great players on board, and it just fit. So, I mean, half the album, there is a few acoustic songs, and it is still acoustic based, but for that particular album, we were lucky enough to find some good players for this. So.
All over the world. We got a couple of players from LA actually on there as well.
We actually were about to talk about that. Perfect lead-in. You've been to LA a few times. I believe 3 times we were talking about off mic, right? The first time you came here was in 2008. And I'm curious, what led you to LA in the first place? What was the initial plan for coming here back then?
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
The sign on the mountain. Well, it was kind of it was a toss-up really between, I think at that stage, New York, LA, or
we're thinking Nashville.
We're thinking Nashville. You know what I mean? I think LA just has that, certain aura to people who have never been here before. Mm-hmm. No, people might feel different when they've been here for a while, but for us, 2 kids from Dublin, we were like, yeah, Hollywood, that's the place to go, right?
Excellent. And you enjoyed it. You've obviously come back, but when you were here, you met a few people. You just alluded to them. Yeah. Who are they, and how have they helped your career so far?
Well, we first hooked up with a blue country rock player called Terry. Basically, he was Jinx back then. He's called Terry O'Kee now. I don't know if I'm supposed to give away his old name. He led us to Sharon Carney, who was actually from Dublin. She's a sound engineer who works here now. She ended up mixing the whole record, playing bass on a couple of songs. We played in a place called Kulak's Woodshed in North Hollywood, where we met a guy called Greg Kruger. He played dobro on a song out there, and we actually had a friend from Denver, Colorado, play bass on a track on it as well. So it ended up being a kind of an amalgamation of friends from here and our parts at home. We recorded in 3 different studios at home, so it's very put together in that way. But it's definitely a combined effort from the 2 cities.
Yeah. Well, definitely there's an LA-Dublin connection going on there for sure. Katie, you guys are playing here in town, Santa Monica, coming up this Thursday evening at a place called Sonny McLean's. Mm-hmm. How much longer are you in Los Angeles on this stay?
We're here till the 26th of August.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been to Austin before this, and then we head to Florida for 2 weeks then.
And you could do some shows back there?
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 shows booked there in West Palm Beach.
All Irish bars.
Okay.
Brogues and Brian Barus. And
that's where we start. And
Paddy McGinty's. No, I made that one up, but that kind of thing.
There's got to be a bar there called Paddy McGinty's. Shouldn't there be? Have you been? You've been to Molly Malone's here, I would think, right?
Okay. And Ireland 32s as well. They're all over, right?
There you go. Well, you're playing Thursday night here in Santa Monica at Sonny McLean's. It's just the 2 of you as we're seeing and hearing you right now?
Just as is, yeah. I mean, we try to make as much noise as a whole band and as much energy as a whole band. I think we're successful at that by this stage. So definitely come on down and check it out. It'll be a fun night,
Well, let's give our listeners another taste of what they'd hear if they come see you Thursday night. Gary, you're going to play a song that you sing lead on this time, right?
Yeah, this is another one off the Roll a Double album. It's called The Lesson, and I suppose it's about, I know a lot of people who never get over their first love, so this is kind of about, what's wrong with that? That's not a big deal, right?
Wow, your voices sound really nice together.
Thank you very much.
At this time of the morning, chatting with Jezebel, a duo from Dublin, Ireland, who have joined us here in the studios this morning. They will be playing in Los Angeles again this Thursday, actually down at Sonny McLean's down in Santa Monica. Katie, tell us about Jezebel Rolling.
We have a good friend at home, Will Mullen, and he advised us to maybe start, videoing what we're doing, recording the album, we did a gig in Tower Records back home, and links to the videos on the website, and we have about 5 or 6 episodes up now. So you can kind of see us in Wexford, which is a county in Ireland, and you can see us travelling to London for one of them, and like I said, the gig in Tower Records, and So they're kind of all different. One a radio show and stuff back home.
So you guys still have Tower Records in Ireland?
Yes.
There's 2 left over there. Can you believe it?
They all went away here.
But
they're clinging.
Yeah,
You know.
it's really a shame. But well, that's cool. So what is the Jezebel website, by the way, if people would like to go see your reality TV webisodes?
Yeah, it's JezebelMusic.com. So I should probably spell that. Should I?
Yeah, Jezebel is spell that because that's not what you'd expect the usual spelling.
Okay, it's JEZZ.
ZZ, thank you.
EBELLE music.com.
All right, JEZZ or ZZ if you're from the United Kingdom. EBELLE, JezebelMusic.com. And Jezebel Rolling is the name of the webisodes, the reality TV, if you will, about Gary and Katie's escapades in Ireland. Now, on your album, Roll a Double, your second full-length album, it's the one that we've been hearing songs from this morning. One of the things that's interesting about it is that in several places, you have these little vocal drop-ins, little things might be from movies or whatnot. I'm not sure where they're from. So, Gary, fill us in. What are those, and what was the intent behind adding them to the record?
I think, the inspiration came from somewhere else. I think albums we've heard through the years have little ideas like that. But what we really love is when we go see people live and they give you a little insight into the song, where the song came from, and you kind of leave the rest up to you. So we actually wanted to do it on the CD this time. Wanted a lot of live energy on the CD, so we thought we'd put in a few little, it's like samples from a movie, if that was the inspiration, or someone reading a certain poem, if that was the inspiration, a few little bits like that. Just, it's kind of like, a good friend of ours has a phrase called ear candy, so I suppose that's what it is.
And it's just sort of, and it breaks things up a little bit. It's sort of like you got song, and then vocal drop in, and then song, it sort of mixes it up and gives it a little bit of an interesting feel to it.
And when you brought that up off air, just to tell the people, I had to remind myself where they were on the CD. I took a few minutes. I was like, okay, so where's that? That one's there. That one's there. Okay, great. Yeah, I got it.
Well, we're going to listen to a song from the CD that actually starts with one of these little samples. So thank you guys for coming in, and for anybody who knew that you guys were scheduled to be here a couple of weeks ago, because we had started to promote it, and then through no fault of anybody's, we had to rethink that. So I'm really glad you guys were still in town a couple of weeks later, and we had a chance to sort of make it up to you here this morning and have you guys come on down, and your lovely voices blending with each other live this morning was really nice. We've been talking with Jezebel, Katie Carpenter, and Gary Burke Thursday night at Sonny McLean's, if I'm saying that right, Sonny McLean's.
That's it.
In Santa Monica. If you'd like to hear a full set from, how long do you guys play? How many songs do we get to play?
We'll be playing, we'll play for a little over an hour anyway, but if someone comes down there and says, I heard you guys on KCSN, we'll keep playing. If one person turns up and that heard us from the show, we'll keep playing until they kick us out.
If they buy us a drink, we won't stay going on.
You'll keep playing you'll cancel the trip to Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, awesome. Well, that's brilliant. Jezebel on 88.5 KCSN. Katie, thank you so much. Gary, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Let's hear a song from the album so you can hear like the full band arrangement. It's called Turn the Light On? Turn on the Light.
Turn on the light, yeah.
Yeah, Turn on the Light. I've typed it wrong here. Turn on the Light.
Same idea anyway, right?
Either way, on 88.5 KCSN. And listen to the beginning here. Here's one of those little drop-ins that we were just talking about. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you again soon.
Cheers.
I'm just so excited to be here. I'm in this dream place.